Most customer success managers don't tank their interviews because they're unqualified. They fail because they don't know how to talk about the great work they've done. On paper, the job is theirs, but something happens when they open their mouths, and there's a disconnect between the awesome work they've done, that they do, and what the interviewer hears. In this video, I'll show you how to answer CSM interview questions even if you're early in your career or pivoting into customer success by using the right language, structure, and mindset. Mistake number 1, listing responsibilities instead of results. Hiring managers want to know what you think in terms of outcomes, not just to-do lists. No one wants to hear the JD recited back to them verbatim. What you can do is shift from what I did to what was achieved. Instead of merely listing tasks like I conducted QBRs, explain the purpose and impact of these actions. For example, I conducted QBRs to ensure customers were deriving maximum ROI from the product, which led to a 15% increase in feature adoption. And even if you don't have that stat yet, you can say, due to the way our team was structured, I didn't have the opportunity to run weekly check-ins, but here's how I'd structure that process based on what I've learned. Now, here's where you take it further, because top-tier CSMs don't just complete tasks, they tie those tasks back to customer goals and value realization. Mike Lee, Global Head of Renewals at Avalara, says the CSM's true mission is to help customers achieve more in their world. That means shifting from I sent an email to I helped my customer get closer to their business objectives. Talk about how you ensured the customer saw value, not just used the product. Ayman Hussein, Head of Sales at NTT, puts it this way: focus on your customers' outcomes, not just your personal metrics. That means doing 3 things. 1, highlight how you helped the customer take action on the data you gave them. 2, show how you helped their team save time, increase revenue, or solve a deeper problem. 3, position yourself as a strategic advisor, not a task manager. For example, you could try this. When I noticed a client underusing our reporting features, I didn't just remind them it existed. I booked time to walk them through how they could use those reports to influence their own QBRs, and they ended up building a new workflow around it. Always remember to connect your actions to business value. ROI is what businesses care about, so learn to talk that lingo. That's how you speak like a CSM who doesn't just do the job. You understand the why behind every action. Mistake number 2, rambling instead of storytelling. STAR is interview prep 101, and that's exactly why it matters so much in your customer success interview. STAR stands for situation, task, action, result, and it's your go-to structure for answering any experience-based question with clarity and impact. As a CSM, you're expected to be a natural-born communicator, someone who can explain not just what happened, but why it mattered. In interviews, that means showcasing that you understand the business impact of your actions. If you can't clearly communicate value to your interviewer, why would they trust you to do it with their customers? Let's say you get the classic, how do you handle tough client complaints? Here's how you'd apply STAR. We had a major outage affecting a key client situation. I was responsible for managing the relationship and preventing churn. Task. I set up a live communication channel, provided hourly updates, and followed up with a detailed postmortem and remediation plan. Action. The client appreciated the transparency and renewed their contract 3 months later. Result. It's structured, it's clear, it proves you can stay calm under pressure and deliver outcomes. Use STAR for every story. It works every time. Mistake number 3, not speaking the language of revenue. Customer success is a revenue engine, and if you want to stand out in your interviews, you have to show that you get that. So if you're asked something like, how do you approach expansion opportunities? Please, please, please don't say, I let sales handle that. Even if sales owns the final close, your job is to see the opportunity first and act like a partner in growth. A better answer sounds like, I look out for usage patterns, specifically when a client's hitting their plan's upper limits. What I'll do is flag options or bring it up in a QBR to show how they might benefit from additional features. For me, it's about leading with value, then guiding toward growth. That right there shows commercial acumen. And here's where you level up even more. Tie it back to customer value. When you frame expansion through the lens of customer outcomes, everything clicks. Your role isn't to sell, it's to help customers get more out of the product so they can succeed faster. Upsell happens when value is obvious. For example, one of my accounts started using our reporting tool more heavily. I highlighted what else they could unlock by upgrading to a higher tier, not just in terms of features, but in time saved and better forecasting on their end. They saw the value immediately and signed the expansion within a week. That's not just storytelling. That's strategic advisory mode. The sooner you get comfortable speaking that language, the sooner hiring managers will see you as the kind of CSM who doesn't just keep customers happy. You help grow the business. Mistake number 4, not communicating the value of feedback. A great CSM doesn't just collect feedback, they know what to do with it. You're not just a messenger, you're a translator, a connector, someone who listens with intention, then turns that insight into action. Here's what that sounds like in an interview. After a client suggested a dashboard improvement, I worked with our product team to scope it, then followed up after release. That one feature boosted retention by 7% in that segment. That's the gold standard. Closed loop feedback. A customer shares an idea, you act on it, and the business sees a result. Simple, clean, powerful. Now, if you're earlier in your CS journey, you can still show your thinking. In my previous role, I built a system to surface client suggestions and rank them based on business impact, which helped our team prioritize what actually moved the needle. You don't have to be perfect, just thoughtful and proactive. The best answers show 3 things. You listen with intention, not just to respond. You act on insights, not just collect them. You follow up because that's how you build trust. Whether it's NPS, support tickets, or just good conversations, make it clear. You know how to turn feedback into real results. Let's recap. Here's how to talk like a CSM in interviews, even if you're just getting started in your career. Think in outcomes, not actions. Use the STAR method. Speak the language of revenue. Show how you gather and act on feedback. But the crucial point about interviews, it's all about framing. Framing your experience so it aligns with how hiring managers think. Framing your stories to prove that you understand what drives success in the role. Framing your mindset so that even if you're early in your CS journey, you sound like you've been in the room where it happens. If you can do that, if you can speak like a CSM, you're not just going to pass the interview, you're going to own it. If this helped, give us a like and a follow. What's the one interview question you always overthink? Let us know in the comments. Catch you next time.